Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to dwell upon an economic subject. An economic subject, the title is Standard of Living. Standard of living is not unfamiliar, or we cannot say that we are not privy about that. What is the difference that sometimes we don't know? The nitty-gritty, the fundamental things about standard of living. When someone asks you about standard of living, we can answer, but the answer cannot be precise. In examination, you can write down, but you cannot actually cover all the points precisely. More importantly, who has given this word, who has coined this word, who has found this word, who has defined this phrase, standard of living. Phrase is defined by National Family Happiness Survey. I have chosen 4 points to elaborate, and these 4 points are going to give us adequate amount of elaboration to understand the concept very precisely, concisely, and clearly. Point number 1 is how well or how poor we live materially. And to understand standard of living, you don't have to be economist. It's just simple. But sometimes the simplest things are hard to understand. Like 44 tenses of English. Lots of people are there. 99% plus people are there who are, fluent in English, speak fabulous English, flowery English, but they really don't know 44 tenses because they are very simple, and we have a tendency. Human tendency is that we are going to ignore something common, ordinary. We are not going to pay attention to anything expensive like Indian things. Indian watches, Indian shoes, Indian clothes. We lived in America for 20 years and we were wearing Indian clothes. God is my witness. Indian clothes. We used to come over here, get about 8 to 10 pair of shoes and the shirts, cotton, Mafatlal cotton shirts, suits and every single thing. Cotton suit that we used to wear, and look at our Modi Sahib. Modi has been using all the Italian and American and the French things because our things are ordinary. And he has also confessed it, that I don't like to wear ordinary things made in India in front of the dignitaries. Hell with the dignitaries. Hell in the handbasket about dignitaries. Narendra Modi doesn't want to get married to dignitaries that he must look sophisticated or civilized or good or handsome. But no, it is avarice. Avarice. So point number 1 is how well or how poor we are materially. If we are well materially, we live in a decent house, eat decent food, wear decent clothes, wear every single thing, and we have almost every single thing that we need, then our standard of living is elevated. But if we don't have decent food in our belly or clothes on our body or roof on our head, we are not living in a decent standard of living. Our standard of living can be very, very low, jacked down, absolutely at the nadir. Point number 2, quality of our housing, food, education and healthcare. These 4 things determine standard of living is strong or poor, at the apogee or perigee, on the nova or on nadir. So, what kind of food, what kind of housing, what kind of education and healthcare that we have been able to consume, that will decide our standard of living individually or collectively. Look at the Americans. Americans have absolutely expensive houses, very decent houses, very decent clothes they get to wear, very decent, healthy, nutritious food they get to eat, and state-of-the-art, world-class, cutting-edge healthcare they are getting. That means that their standard of living is much more elevated, probably 75 to 80% higher than our standard of living. Point number 3, level of material comfort available to us. What kind of material comfort we have? Car we have, two-wheeler we have, AC we have in our home, refrigerator, dryer, washer, all those things. All those things that we only get to see in advertisement. If you have those things available, if you wear an expensive watch, you wear expensive clothes, shoes, you live in an expensive home, you can afford car or second car or third car, you can afford two-wheelers, you can afford private medical treatment, you can afford private school, better school education, you can afford every single thing that you dream. Anything that you can dream, you can afford. You have ample amount of money to buy, and still you have ample amount of money to save. Point number 4, adequacy of necessity and comfort in our diem per diem life. Adequacy, enough. Every single thing should be enough. You should not actually cut short or cut corner in anything. You should have ample amount of food in your belly, ample amount of clothes to wear, ample amount of space in your home to live, ample amount of transportation norms, transportation facilities, ample amount of every single thing. You don't have to worry about when you turn the light on, you don't have to worry about paying light bill, and that's why you turn it off immediately and you live in a dark and a dingy home. You can turn the air conditioner on whenever it is too hot or too cold, without worrying about money when you don't have to worry about money. In short, in a nutshell, when you don't have to worry about money, when you spend money, when you consume your necessity, or we can say even comfort, you don't have to worry about money, that is called elevated, higher standard of living. Thank you very much for listening. See you again next time. Until then, God bless everyone on this planet with His heavenly manna. Amen.